Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. Was I wrong about silver? Maybe silver is a bad investment. Maybe you should take all your silver, sell it, and keep that money in the bank account where it's secure, right? That's what some people are going to tell you to do. Should you listen to them? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video, folks. A very serious video. There's a lot of people, a lot of new eyes, a lot of new potential stackers out there. And rightfully so, people are probably on the fence. They haven't jumped the gun yet. They're deciding whether this investment is right for them. And the thing is, you got to know, you got to understand the market. You got to understand the true value of silver. You got to understand why people invest into it. You do not want to start investing just because everyone else is, right? You don't want to just follow the herd. You got to do your research, do your homework. This video is going to help you do your homework. I'm going to explain a lot of different reasons why you should invest into silver or if it's right for you. And I say that because maybe it isn't right for you. Just because something works for me may not work for you. Silver is definitely the safest and smartest investment, but some people just do not have the same idea, the same goals, the same time frame of selling, the same financial system, right? Some people just really don't have the same idea of investing as I do. So maybe you're better off with stocks or something that's a much quicker market. We're looking at longevity. Most of us silver stackers, we're long-term stackers, we're long haulers. This is more of a retirement, right? Sell 15, 20 years down the line. Maybe one of you guys are a quick flipper. You're only in the market for like 1 to 3 years. You just want to get rich quick, right? A quick buck. Silver is definitely not for you then. And that's pretty much the only type of person that silver isn't for. It's not a quick buck. It's definitely a longer term preservation of wealth as the dollar declines. It's like putting your money in a time capsule. The reason I say silver isn't for these very quick-minded, quick-buck people is because these coins take a while to appreciate. And if spot price doesn't rise in 1 to 3 years, whatever your time frame is, then your investment hasn't, unless you're buying some riskier coins. But even in that period, they're not going to rise too much. If you're investing into some pandas or kookaburras, coins that do appreciate over time, it takes about 5-10 years to even really make some type of money. So with that said, if you still are sticking around because you weren't in that first, category of these quick buck chasers, then welcome. Silver is definitely for you. And I say that comfortably, I say that strongly, I say that confidently because nothing else acts like silver. Nothing else has as much potential as silver. Nothing else makes as much sense as silver. Nothing else has as many benefits, has as many advantages, has as many it makes sense, right? It just makes sense. And I can say that and back it up with tons of facts. I make 2-3 videos a day giving you guys the inside scoop, but also not just giving you guys the inside scoop. I'm telling you guys hundreds of different reasons why silver is and gold is going to be bullish over the next 3-5 years, but also in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. The longer you are planning on holding your silver, or the longer away you plan to sell, the more opportunity. Because imagine, so if the dollar is declining every year, every single year, dollar gets worse. Sooner than later, the dollar is going to have to collapse. There's going to have to be a new system in place. I just talked about this in my last video. There's a whole article about what the next generation of money would be. What comes after the dollar? Every fiat-based system has collapsed. If you think the dollar can't collapse, then you're living in an unrealistic fantasy land, because it has always collapsed. In every other country, it's collapsed. The only reason it's taking longer for the United States is because we're a rich country. By the way, the only reason we're a rich country is because we own the most gold, but, regardless or not, we're the richest country, so it's going to take longer for our system to collapse. This pandemic has sped things up, so it's going to collapse much faster, and a lot of people aren't prepared. A lot of people don't even know what's happening, but most people are not prepared. So we got to be on our A game, folks. People don't understand how much $1 trillion is. People don't know how severe, how damaging throwing trillions of dollars that we don't have into the economy is going to hurt us. And the worst part is, these people, the banks know, The people that are throwing this money out knows, but they have no choice. What are they gonna do? Just not give the people stimulus and say, sorry, we need to protect the country's wealth? No, they have to do it, and they know what's gonna happen. And that's why you start seeing even mainstream people calling for $50, $100 silver, telling us the dollar's gonna be hurt by 20% in 2021. Citibank, a bank, is calling themselves out, saying that you might want to invest in the silver. That doesn't happen. Banks are always the one calling gold and silver bearish, a bad investment, because it's a direct threat to the U.S. dollar, right? When you transfer your fiat out of, and when you transfer your money into gold and silver, you've taken the power away from them. You are now in complete control of your wealth. When you have your money in a bank, they're basically a custodian. They are a third party that is control of your money, and you can access your money when you need. But what if banks are closed? What if the ATMs are shut down? What if there's a power outage? What if there's so many what ifs. Gold and silver, if you own it, then there is no what ifs. It's basically just do not get robbed, right? So anyways, that was a little side note. But why silver? Why is my name Silver Slayer, not Gold Slayer? My name used to be Crypto Slayer on my second channel. Now my second channel is called Silver Slayer 2. Links in the description. I talk more about just the monetary system, financial system crashing, the corruptness in our financial system. I don't really talk about precious metals on that channel. It's strictly more about the finances. But anyways, why silver? There's so many reasons why. I could tell you hundreds of different reasons why. Literally, I mean, if you've watched my videos for the last 4 or 5 years, I've talked about probably at least 300-400 reasons why and broke them down. And they're valid reasons. There's facts, there's proof, there's evidence. We're not just throwing theories out and hoping they stick. We're not just throwing a price out and hoping it sticks. There's real reasons, and they all make sense. First and foremost, if you understand silver's true value, then you know that $25 silver is way, way, way too cheap. And if you understand that and you know that, then automatically you should be investing. The key to investing is buy low, sell high. If you see something that's undervalued, buy it, especially knowing where the market is headed and understanding economics, understanding the economy, understanding our financial system, understanding the direction the dollar is going. It only makes sense to buy silver right now while it's cheap, because it is going to go higher. I mean, it can't be more blatantly obvious. When you're investing in the stocks, you're hoping that company, stays up, or you're hoping that this company or this business flourishes. You're going off of hope. When you invest in the precious metals, you're going off of literal just stats, the way the world works. You're going off of dang near a scientific equation. You can't. There's literally no way possible for us to throw that much money out and expect the dollar to hold. It's going to hurt the dollar, might even collapse it. That's why you see countries opting out of the USD being their world reserve currency. Countries like China, a lot of countries are very sketched out about the US dollar. This pandemic has exposed the world to how broke the US really is. And countries don't trust it, because remember, if it's the world's reserve currency, that means countries rely on the dollar's strength. So they're like, heck no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not a part of that anymore. And rightfully so. And the thing is, a lot of people could say, and even I said it first, well, yes, stimulus is going to hurt the dollar, and that's going to push precious metals up, but how long will that live? What's the time frame? What happens if the economy starts recovering? Which is a possibility, but that doesn't mean precious metals are going to go back down, because then we have the extremely high demand for it from 5G, electric vehicles, solar panels, space equipment, dental alloys, televisions. We're heading in a new digital age. Everything's technologically. We're technologically advanced. Silver is used in everything. It's the most highly conductive metal, thermal conductivity, electricity. So it's not going anywhere. The demand is only going to increase. I just covered an entire article from the Silver Institute talking about how much demand is rising and how much the production is actually lowering. See, Silver demand, everyone wants a slice of the silver pie, not only just big business, but also individual investors like you and I. But then the production is being cut back, especially it got hurt severely bad from the pandemic. So there's going to be an issue here. That means there's not enough silver to go around. What do we know about that? Investing 101. Low supply, high demand shoots the price up. Not much silver. That's also why we're already seeing premiums extremely high. You're seeing American Eagles sold for $15, $20 premiums. That's the first sign of scarcity. That's the first sign of a silver shortage. And we have literal proof. U.S. Mint told us there's a shortage on American Eagles. They told us they're making an emergency $1 million, or not $1 million, but they're making a 1 million mintage American Eagle supply from the San Francisco Mint, going to be sold soon. Like, the Royal Canadian Mints talked about this. Perth Mint talked about their sales up. What other mint? U.S. Mint talked about sales up. The Royal Canadian Mint talked about their sales are up. We're talking about like 88% higher than last year, than in 2019. So this stuff is definitely not a myth. It's not just a theory. There's real evidence. There's real facts. There's going to be real results. We're already starting to see the results. Silver stackers are going to get the last laugh. If anyone's trying to say that stocks are the thing to invest in, they clearly don't understand what's happening. They don't understand how the dollar works. They don't understand how the economy works. I could tell you 100 reasons to invest into silver. No reasons why you shouldn't. I can tell you 100 reasons why you shouldn't invest in the stocks, and no reasons why you should. And it's that simple, folks. Anyone who's trying to gamble with stocks or try to say that gold and silver is a bad investment, they literally just don't know how the system works, because you cannot tell me that precious metals are not going to come out on top when we know what's about to happen to the dollar. It's delusional to think the opposite. And if you've seen any of my videos, if you read the articles along with me, then you know this stuff, right? So if someone's trying to tell you that to not invest in the precious metals, ask them why, right? Because people could say whatever they want, but if they don't have a good reason, then should you listen to them? Ask them why. Let's hear their reasoning and see if they can make any valid points. See if they're talking about the dollar index. See if they're talking about stimulus. See if they're talking about the demand. If they're not bringing any of that stuff up, then they clearly do not know what's about to happen. They do not understand what they're talking about, right? Because the only point people make is, oh, it's cheap right now, you shouldn't buy it. So and they say this is, it's cheap right now, you shouldn't buy it yet. So you're telling me that you should start buying it once the price is more expensive, once the price starts rising? No, that's when you sell it. That's not when you buy it. You buy the dip, sell the top. You buy it while it's cheap because you know it's going to get higher, and then you sell it. Mainstream media, I literally remember reading an article, silver is still low right now. You should probably hold off on your investment until we see prices start to rise. So you're literally telling me, if you go to the store and want to buy some shoes, right? Wouldn't you want to buy the shoes when the shoes are on sale and when they're a discount, when the prices are cheap? What if you didn't buy in that day because someone told you not to? You go back a week later and the shoes are way more expensive. Would you want to buy the shoes then? That's what they're telling you to do with silver. It's investing backwards. That's why mainstream media, you don't want to listen to them. It just doesn't make sense, right? And I understand why they're saying that. It's because they don't want you to invest in the gold and silver. Unfortunately, they don't care about protecting your wealth. They would rather sacrifice their own agenda for the sake of people's financial freedom. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button. I've been covering a lot of critical articles to go over. You got to be subscribed. You got to tune in. I wanted to take a little break, a little breather from all the articles and just talk about something, from my own perspective. But, it really is important. I'm not saying this. I'm not telling you to watch my videos to get views. I'm not telling you to subscribe for me to get, have more subscribers. I could care less about that stuff. I've been making videos for dang near 5 years on here. I really could care less about that. I'm telling you to do that for the sake of you, because it's vital information you need to know. It's not about me. It's about you. I want to help people in the silver stacking world. I don't want to help myself get a whole bunch of views. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to show new people, guide new people into the precious metals world and show them the reality of why they need to be investing and how serious this situation is. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. This was Silver Slayer. See you guys soon. Peace.